kickboxing world champion, MMA fighting, K1. You come from a
Grappling.
background of, sorry?
I did
You
in
can't,
grappling and Brazilian.
you come from a background of amateur boxing and world champions of Greco-Roman wrestling. What is Greco-Roman wrestling? Why don't you explain to us?
It's Olympic sport. My father was world champion. The women cannot do Greco-Roman wrestling, only the boys. Of course,
Oh, I think something happened there. Bear with us, guys. I'm going to get her back.
happen. Okay, today, for some reason, it has
That's
been
fine.
catastrophic. But we find the way we talk today.
We'll find a way. Don't worry. We'll get there.
Okay.
But yeah, you was explaining, so the females couldn't do the Greco-Roman wrestling.
No. As a championship tournament, only the men, and this Olympic sport. The women can do only the free wrestling.
So,
But trainings with the boys all the time, and some girls Greco-Romania wrestling, but we cannot compete as a championship, as a tournament.
speaking, you said the Greco-Roman wrestling is Olympic sport. Speaking of Olympics, I read that your dream was to go to the Olympics to represent Greece. Due to the country's financial situation and obviously not enough support, there was no way for you to go. Is a goal in the future for you to one day maybe do that and
Yes,
represent Greece in the Olympics?
yes, yes.
Would
I
that be
do
in
very good.
kickboxing or boxing? What sport would that be in the Olympics?
No, kickboxing is not Olympic sport yet, but as a boxer, because now they give the opportunity in professional boxers if they want to compete at the same time as an amateur in Olympics. I am thinking something like this because many other professionals, girls, and for my division, like Delphine Persoon, like my Hamadouche, the same time with professional boxing, they do an amateur. But the only bad thing is because I searched a lot that the last months how I can do that about Tokyo. But unfortunately, my country has very good athletes, but we don't have the support. Because we have the economic crisis, we don't have the support. We can take part because if you want to take part in Olympics, you must take a medal in one very big IBA tournament or World Championship, maybe first, second, or third place. But how you go there if your country don't have the money to support you to send you there? It's very difficult. But
So is your goal maybe to make it into the boxing world and through that you get the support to maybe go to the Olympics?
yes, the truth is, thank you to ask me this. You are the first person to ask me this. Yes, the truth is, the last months I did very good searching with my trainer, and I talked with a federation in Greece. After I talked in England, because I did many trainings with a national team in England, the GB, and they like me a lot to include me in GB team. But because I don't have as a passport yet in England, because that means to stay near 5 years or you marry someone, I cannot have the option to take part in Olympics with England. Of
Right.
course, I want to take part in Olympics as a Greek because I went for Sparta. But the truth is, if I have the opportunity to go Olympics, I don't care what country support me because I go there for Kallia. Of course, I love my country, but this is my dream, the Olympics.
Exactly.
I don't care if I keep flag China, if I keep Italy, I respect all the countries. Of course, I love my country, but if my country, for some reasons, they cannot give me the opportunity for this, and one other country give me the opportunity for Olympics, yes, I do. Maybe some people don't like that, but I do because it's something for me. It's a dream.
Yeah, it's your dream. So you know what? It doesn't matter which country you represent, as you can make that dream happen. So I'm sure one day you will get there.
Yes, my family, before months, when I announced them, I want to take part in Olympics in Tokyo because the GP team, they like me a lot for this. My family don't happy to represent the other country. But after I tell them, look, in Greece, I don't have that opportunity. I don't lose. It's not matter who represented because I represented myself. Of course, I like to do proud and the country to support my dream. But my priority is Kallia because I am here with my skills, with my strength, and never I didn't have the background, unfortunately, of my country or my family to can do me the push to achieve my dreams. Anything I have achieved, I did alone.
That's understandable, of course. Tell us about your experience in kickboxing. You became a world champion. How was that feeling when that happened?
It was 2012, and I didn't have so many experience as now. I was very younger, and I was outsider because was many countries. Was in Orlando 2012. I was very inexperienced. I was young, and Greece. We don't have very big background like USA, like Holland, like other countries. And I was outside, and after I did two styles. I did the full combat and K1 style because my trainer, when we do kickboxing, he told me we do two styles and we hope we take a medal of some of that too. And hopefully I take for both styles the gold. After three fights in full contact and after four fights in K1, I was there 1 week and every day I have a fight. If I won, for example, the first day was USA, the next day was Germany, after was Italy, and after I go in the final. But the same day, maybe I have two fights because I have take part in two styles and full Kodak and K1 because the full Kodak you cannot do knee, you cannot hit with a knee or low kicks. The full Kodak is kicks up of the body. Yes, I feel very proud because after this opened me many doors in K1. But at the same time, I did an amateur boxing after I have problems with the Greek Federation because they don't accept to do kickboxing the same time. Was one new rule then of AIBA. If you do amateur boxing, they don't allow you to do MMA, kickbox something. And I have problems with my country because they tell me to choose kickboxing or amateur boxing. I didn't like that. And after the Cyprus, I go Cyprus as amateur boxer. They didn't have problem with this. And I can do my AIBA tournaments. And at the same time, I did professional K1 fights.
Let's talk about that because your K1 record is astonishing. 50 fights,
Yes,
49 wins.
yes,
That is
yes.
incredible.
Thank you very much. And do you know, I wasn't so good like now in technique. I was more brawler, but because K1 is different than boxing. What I mean, K1 you have more guns. You have knees, you have punches, you have kicks. Depends what style is. You can have an elbows. Was many things, and because I have very passion and I was aggressive to fight. Just I win. Maybe I challenge better girls than me in technique, but my passion always win. I have brave heart. Yes.
The thing I like about you is when you look today in the women's boxing, right? You don't get any trash talking anymore. You don't get any controversial people anymore. Everyone's just like, quiet. You come along and you got the Hello Kitty in your hair, the mouth guards, everything, and you're gonna change the sport, the women's sport, for what it is. So how how did you build that confidence to do things like that?
Do you know, in my personal life, sorry, I got to charge my phone. In my personal life, I don't have so big confidence as a person. I act the confident person, but in the reality, I'm not. But for some reason, in boxing or K1 or the combat sports, because I love that a lot and I believe a lot to myself, I am different person, more confident, more. I know what I want to do. It makes sense that I tell you at the sound. In my life, in my personal life, they call me Doctor Mr. Heidi because I change all the time personality. But in boxing or combat sports, I knew many years for a little girl, I born for this, and I'm focused, and I have confidence. The only I want is the right opportunities in boxing for the bigger fights, bigger titles, to prove I come here because I belong. Yes.
When I first heard about you a few years back, and I saw the name Pink Tyson, and I read more about this name. Obviously, the pink part I understand because I've seen pictures of your motorcycle. I love it. And then obviously I read that, the Tyson
Please,
part because
please,
how hard
sorry,
you
sorry.
punch. But I think it's the per sorry? So your manager doesn't like your motorbike. How come? But with the name. Sorry, repeat that last part. No, basically I was saying when can you hear me? Kallia, can you hear me right now? Oh, he likes your motorbike. So what I was saying before is when I heard about your nickname, the Pink Tyson, obviously I knew about the why the pink part, and then I saw the Tyson part, and I wanted to read more about why the Tyson part. And a few articles said obviously the Tyson part is because when you're in the ring, your aggression and the way you hit people as well. But I think your personality as well. I think you can bring that to the sport. And
Yeah.
it's not just Mike Tyson; it's even Tyson Fury as well. Because I think you're confident if when you get to the big stage and one day when you're going to fight for that world title and you will win a world title, I can see you. you know, not sitting there quiet like the other female boxers. I can see you giving it to them as well, you know, putting fear in them, like the same way Iron Mike did, even some way getting into their heads the same way Tyson Fury does as well. So that's why I'm a big fan of yours, because, like I said before, there's not really any female boxers out there like you, and you stand out from them. So I look forward to one day when you get to that big stage to be there, because I've seen you fight at York Hall. I saw you last year in July. I saw your fight in July, and I was very impressed. And the fact that you got the opportunity now in
all we are impressed. All we are impressed for that loss. We don't know what happened that night. If I lost, I don't know yet. Because we see many times the video and we are not sure if I lost. But do you know, I cannot look the past. Why I lost or why I lost is one other conversation. And do you know,
yeah,
never I don't go in safe. What I mean, if you see two losses I have, the one is in which Sweden and the other was I come in England. I was not the home girl. I don't tell you excuse. I don't like to tell blah blah. I know what happened. My team know what happened. But I know at what will happen in the future. Of course, that two loss is like a scar to me, especially the second fight with July, as you told, is a very big scar for me because I don't lost, but I lost. Understand
that's
what I
why
mean?
that's why I said I was impressed, because for me, you won. And
Yeah.
when they announced who the winner was, you know, I was a bit like, but then I read an article that they interviewed you, and you finally somebody like you basically criticized your call, because the referee is basically like the judge at the same time, and you said they should change this. Do you still feel that same way?
I don't listen.
Can you hear me? Basically,
Now
after
I
that
listen.
fight, so after that fight, in my eyes, I saw you as the winner. That's why I said I was impressed. But then afterwards, I think a few months later, you did an interview with someone. It was in an article, and you criticized the way they do the small shows, because you said the referee is like the judge. Like he goes up to the judges and gives them the points and his job is to look after you and the other fighter. Do you still feel the same way about this?
Yes, yes. Do you know? Maybe some people they don't like the truth to listen, but unfortunately, my mentality, how I grown up in Sparta, my family they teach me always to be good girl. I try to be good girl. I'm not perfect. Of course, I do my mistakes, but always I tell the truth. Sometimes the truth, pain, if makes sense. If I cannot
Yeah, the
change
truth
that
hurts.
lost, yes, hurt. Thank you. You speak very good English. The truth, yes, hurt. I cannot change that lost. The truth is, with my new manager, we work in this. We try to find other options to delete that lost. Because do you know something? It's not my dream to be undefeated. My dream is to be warrior, to take fights to fight. But if you don't lose and they give you loser, it's very bad feeling. I cannot explain you with words, but that still now after 2 years, when I go in BoxRec to see something of me, that still hurt me because no one know what happened this night. Happened many things, and if I can help one girl of one boy boxer to don't have the same bad experience with me, with the referee scorecard and blah blah. If I can change that, to tell public my story, just I do. I don't do to make people feel impressed or feel sorry for me or to tell excuses I don't lost. As you can see, the fight is in YouTube. If someone think I lost or win, go like you to see. But it's very bad for the sport I love because I'm very romantic with the boxing sport. It's very bad for our sport because the most people, me for example, I don't do that for the money. I'm a warrior. If the big money, the big states come, of course, thanks, but it's not my priority. I take the fights because I'm a fighter at some, and it was very bad feeling all that to tell you, you lost your titles, you lost the fight. What is the scorecard? Me, I was panic. What is the scorecard? My trainer the same. They tell the referee. It's crazy. The sound was crazy. And that happened many times in England because maybe they don't want to give money more for the judges or supervisor, but they don't understand with that way they don't protect us, the athletes. Because the referee, his job is we don't do illegal punches when we hug to separate. How at the same time he can do the score? How many punches I give or how many punches give my opponent? It's crazy. And you know, this story is very bad for me. All that fight, many mistakes. Of course, I grown up after this fight. I take 1 year off. I tell lies to my sponsor. I tell lies to my family. I tell lies to my fans. I have injuries. Never I have injury. I was perfect. In 10 years, my first injury came with my knee, December. Never before in 10 years I have injury. But after the fight with Shergold, I was injured here in my heart, injury my mental. And I was feel disgusting for boxing. Because I do boxing because I love, and they make me disgusting the sport I love. With all that fight, it was very bad experience. And no one can understand me until now. Many times my trainer tell me don't look back, look forward. My manager, the new manager, because he thinks it's ridiculous all that happened with the referee, no chances, that, because he's 16 years in the sport experience, never listened that story before. He take personal of this and we try to do something. But again, if not change, again, inside me, I cannot forget all that. Of course, I look forward for next fights. But I talk to you truthful, I cannot forget this. It was very bad scar in my soul. And if I can do something to protect the next generation boxers, I talk for this public. Because that said must change in boxing. Must change.
No, I totally agree with you. I feel bad that you feel that way. Obviously, no fighter or any person should feel that way, that they've been cheated in life. At the end of the day, the only advice I can give you, I'm not a fighter. I've been a fan of boxing for a long time. So the only advice that I can give you and give any other fighter after suffering something like that is you have to look forward. I know you've been told this. You look forward, you put that behind you, but then you look at the other people that have inspired people like yourself and others to get into the sport. So you look at people like Ali, you look at people like Tyson, you look at people like Canelo, Lomachenko, Pacquiao. All these people have suffered losses in their career. Some of them have suffered controversial losses like yourself. Pacquiao with Jeff Horn, Lomachenko in his first or second fight where he won that fight. But then they became world champions and it made them stronger. I think losing takes that pressure off someone to stay unbeaten. And then it takes that huge pressure off their shoulders. And then they could focus on the next one. The only advice I can say is you won that fight 100%. maybe one day you need that closure to sit down and watch the fight again on YouTube and maybe think, do you know what? Next time, if there were little mistakes I made to not.
Of course, I do many mistakes. Of course, I give the room for that decision. Of course. But again, come on, understand? Of course, I
Yeah,
write my mistakes. Of course, I tell Kallia, no slap your hook, just 10. Of course, I try to improve myself. But again, I cannot tell you lies. Just, okay, fuck off this fight, we go forward. No, it's not fuck off. Because always when I go in Boxer and I see that loss, hurt me. And
of course,
in Switzerland hurt me. But, okay, there was a home girl, the list has the chances, okay, was okay. But that hurt me. And do you know, before near 20 days, 1 month, someone stupid, he's called himself Boxer, he come back to me and tell me, haha, you have 2 losses, and the one was that girl, haha, with that record, and he laughed with me. And what I mean with that, I tell you that because I try to forget, but for some reason, it's like some people to do me trigger with this fight. Understand what I mean? Always is there, that fight. Always come back. You see, and you now we discuss and you talk about this, of course, not with bad way, but always the people shocked about that loss. And always, I must repeat that. I try to delete, but for some reason I can't delete all this. But it's okay, it's okay.
listen, you've become stronger since then, and you're gonna grow into the sport even stronger than you was that night. And when, not if, when you become world champion in the future, that night at York Hall will just go away, and it was like a distant memory.
Yes, for sure. And you know, the most important in life is I have my health. Other people, they don't have their health. Of course, I complain for this loss or other things, but I have my health and I do more wins, and that belong in the past.
Exactly. I want to know about your division. Is there anyone you have your eye on for a future fight? Someone that one day I want to fight this fighter?
Do you know, I like to be multi-weight champion. But, of course, my manager, Alessandro Gelge, now we have the priority to clear my division, the super featherweight. And after we challenge another champions. No, I don't have someone to want to fight specialist. Do you know, I like very much Claresa Shields. It's very big. But I like her. It's aggressive. I want to beat her, to beat me. I like that. Is a fighter.
But she's too big, no? She's like 2 weights above you, isn't she?
No, it's 10. It's 10 divisions up, I think.
Oh, okay.
But you know, I love food, and if I have good propose, it's easy to go up. The difficulty is to go down. It's easy to go up. The difficulty is to go down.
So in your division and the division above, the one above, you got 2 great champions. So you got Terri Harper, and then above you got Katie Taylor.
Katie Taylor one is more. Katie Taylor is lightweight, not super featherweight.
Yeah. So the weight,
no.
the next. So super featherweight is Terri Harper, and then above super featherweight you got Katie Taylor.
Okay, about Terri Harper is very good boxer, but I don't think it's great. Katie Taylor, yes, I think it's great. But Terri Harper, no, I don't think it's great. Just it's good boxer. I don't think she has very poor personality. Of course, I don't know her personal, just that I see. Maybe in her personal life is more amazing. And I don't think is so great to be the WBC or IBO world champion. I think she had the right opportunities to be there. I don't talk about me. I don't like to talk about myself. I like to show actions. But I think outside in super featherweight, they are more better boxers than Terri Harper for WBC. I can tell you one name to fight before 1 week, Michaela Mayer and Joseph Ellen in ESPN, in Tom Rank. Michaela Mayer is not world champion, but of course she's much better than Terri Harper. And that, or Delphine Persoon, it's much better than Terri Harper. Many girls out there, it's much better. But Terri Harper, of course, she's good boxer, but she has the right promotion, she has very good team. It's everything in place to can achieve things. If makes sense that I tell you.
I understand. Is that a fight that you will like in the future, with or without the belt? If, let's say, in the future she's no more the IBF and
No,
the WBC.
no. If she don't be a champion, I don't interesting.
Okay.
Because she is the champion in my division. Yes, of course, I want to fight, and hopefully I win and be the champion. But if it was me the champion, don't make me open my eyes that girl to boxing. I tell no, I want to challenge her. Yes, for example, Taylor, I want to challenge her because she's great, and I want to share the ring with her. And if I win her, will be top big step for my name. But again, if I lost, but I fight very well, again, it's very good for my name to share the ring with one Olympic medal girl, world champion. Of course. Yes. For example, would be interesting fight for me.
You mentioned Parsoons earlier. There's no doubt that she beat Katie Taylor at Madison Square Garden. A lot of people have said that it was a controversial fight. How do you see the rematch going now that they're going to have that rematch?
Do you know, first, I see the first fight was very close, but I think Taylor win. Why? I tell you why. She has more clear shots. Persoon, of course, is more aggressive, more powerful. She go all the time forward, and that in professional boxing, all that are very important. But if you look the fight 2-3 times, as I did, Taylor has more in shots. Very, very close, but just has more clean shots. I think the rematch, I think Taylor, again. Do you know why? I like Persoon, is a real fighter, but I tell you, has a little brawler style.
Yeah.
Has a little unorthodox style. Of course, sometimes Persoon is like me before 3 years, but if I want to be champion, I change. Because before just I go forward, bam, boom, I didn't have the mind, I didn't have the footwork, I didn't have many things, and after 3 years, I work hard to have now. I think in boxing, the most important, of course, is the brave heart, but is in the brain. And Persoon, because she has a lot of passion, just to go forward to beat without thinking. I think Taylor, in this fight, with her team, will do best plan to attack Persoon with clever movements, to use more her feet, her brain. And I think Persoon, because has more power and aggressiveness, cannot follow that tempo.
It'll be an interesting fight. It will be a good fight, that one.
Of course, because they have completely two different styles.
Who are you a fan of in the male division? Who's your favorite male boxer at the moment?
What you ask? It's easy. You told before.
Which one?
Tyson Fury.
Oh, Fury. Oh, of course. No, he's my favorite in the heavyweight division.
Yes, in heavyweight division is my favorite. But sorry, I don't listen. Yes. Yes, I like very much, and Joshua is I meet him 2 times. I meet Joshua 2 times. He's class, he's gentleman, he's brilliant boxer, but it's like Terri Harper, as I tell you before, has a little poor personality.
Okay.
And I think Tyson Fury, he has the total package and inside and outside the ring. Because the professional boxing, we miss the big personalities. Like Mike Tyson before, like the Prince, like Roy Jones. You know, we miss that personalities because all that big legends, of course, they have brilliant boxing skills, but there was brilliant personalities and people
Yeah.
open eyes to go sell tickets, to buy tickets.
So is the dream one day to be on the undercard, Pink Tyson and Tyson Fury?
Do you know something? You will look crazy now. Before 1 year, I have a proposal to fight with Michaela Mayer in SPN in underground Tyson Fury. But my ex-manager then, he doesn't take the email, something happened, and we learned that after. We have that proposal, but we lost the biggest opportunity in my life. Yes,
wow.
but this is my plan. Because in Tyson Fury, he lives in England, but he go Las Vegas for trainings and is with top rank in USA. I hope, yes, we be in the same underground. I like very much because I respect him a lot. And before my last fight now, he called me before with his dad, Tyson Fury's real gentleman, to tell me congratulations. He gave me some advice, and I
That's
like
amazing.
a lot. Yes,
That's
and I
amazing.
like a lot Tyson. We be in the same underground because I respect him a lot as a person first.
Amazing. Kallia, before I let you go, what is the goal? Obviously, 2020 hasn't been a great year for anyone. What is the goal for the remaining of 2020, but the actual real goal of 2021? Can we see Kallia versus Terri Harper for the WBC title?
I don't think will be 2021 Terri Harper WBC. I don't think Terri Harper she keep that belt for a long.
Is that in general or because you're coming to take that belt?
No, I take general. I don't like to talk with myself. I like to talk in the ring, what I can do, what I prove with her. When I share with her the ring, you will see what I do. I don't like to talk big words. Of course, I believe a lot of myself, but I don't want to talk rubbish for any one boxer. I respect all the boxers. Of course, I have my opinion, like I like more Tyson Fury, but again, of course, I like Joshua. Of course, I like Terri Harper, but I like more Katie Taylor. Understand what I mean? I respect all the boxers. About myself, I prefer to show actions in the ring. My biggest goal is Kallia be good first, my mental. Because as I told you, after that loss, 2 years with Sergon, after I lost myself. My priority is to have my health and mental health and physical health. And I believe after, with the right opportunities, to be in the top as in my goal. I don't like to tell you big words. I want to beat them. I want to beat them. Just if they give me the opportunities, I will show you what I can do. But
I look forward to that.
Yes, for sure. Now this year will be better. Yes.
Kallia, thank you for the opportunity of talking to me. In the future, when, not if, when you become world champion, don't forget about me, because I want that interview
No.
when you win that belt.
Thank you. And do you know, my priority is to beat a champion. It's very easy if you have the money to buy a vacant belt, because in women boxing, many girls, they buy a vacant belt, they are champions, and just they go forward. Me, my goal is, if I want the people to respect me as a champion, I must win this. Of course, I don't tell you lies. I jealous many times when I see some girls to take vacant belts. I tell, I don't have this, I don't have that. But it's very easy to find someone to buy a vacant belt. But it's not easy the people to respect you as a good boxer. That needs times. Do you know I work 10 years and again I work to prove. Respect you as a boxer, as a fighter, that not happen in one day.
Totally agree with that. Totally agree.
Unfortunately, I was more immature to understand that. And all the time I complain, all the time I see the others what they do, all the time I cooperate. What is the word? Understand what I mean? Comparing. Comparing.
No, it's compare. Yeah, comparing.
Yeah, I do all the time this, and many times I lost what I can do with my way because I see the other girls what they do. But after I realized, if you want to respect, you must win that. Not just to buy a belt. But like that you told before, can you imagine with Katie Taylor, if I win her, all the planet will respect me.
Exactly.
Or if I don't win, but I challenge her good, and again, the people open their eyes. And I prefer to do with a difficult way than with the easy way. All my life is difficult. Believe me, all my life is difficult. But I told you, I cannot tell you lies. Of course I'm jealous. When I see, for example, before 1 week, I don't tell you name, I see one girl, sorry, I see one comment. Her team buy the W World belt. I cannot tell you lies. I cry. I jealous. I tell her, why me? No, why that? Why this? But after I understand, I cannot look what they do the other. I do with my way and will be better way.
Exactly.
Always the biggest boxers, they don't come for comfort zones.
That's true. That's totally true.
Yes. Because it's very
Kallia.
easy. It's very easy you go up, but it's very easy you go down. Very easy.
Oh, yeah.
Me, I go with little steps, but when I go there, I will stay. Because I go very slow. But when I go, I stay in the top. And I look. Because I come from down. I don't go easy up.
No, I look forward to that. We all look forward to that. And I wish you the best of luck in your career. And I hope we get to speak again. And I wish you a safe flight to Vegas.
Thank you very much.
Say hi to Vegas for me, because I miss Vegas so much. But
do you ask before?
Yes.
It's my first time. I'm a little nervous.
It's amazing. You'll love it. Believe me, you'll love it. It's amazing. It's
but
different.
It takes time to fix my nails, to be a little girl. Because in Vegas, I see all the women are very beautiful there.
You'll love it there. Believe me. I wish you all the best of luck there. Safe trip. And we'll speak very soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting women boxing. Thank you to support me. I hope to save the video and we can share after in Twitter or Facebook.
Of course, yep, we're gonna save it and then I'll share it and send you a copy as well.
Yes, of course, I wait, but just saved. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Have a nice weekend. Bye.
You too. Thank you. Bye bye.